Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So on today's video we're going to be toning down this red wig. Actually, I'm not a very huge fan of bright colors, but I was feeling very adventurous years ago when I toned this hair from gold blonde, which was the original color, to this red. But now I'm tired of it, I'm bored. I just want to tone it down a little bit. So and that's what we're going to be doing today. Hope you guys enjoy watching. Let's get right into it. So first of all, you're going to need combs. We're going to be needing deep conditioner, any conditioner of your choice actually, as far as it's a good one. And then we're going to be needing soap, dish soap washer, the liquid one, some gloves, and then the adore dye we're going to be using, which is mahogany. Then we're also going to be needing lower body mousse. This mousse is just to define the coils more and add shine to the hair after we're done. So yeah, this is the hair, too bright, super bright, and this is going to serve like a treatment to the hair. As you can see, it's losing its coils already, and also to tone it down. So first of all, I'm going to be running the hot water. So the hot water that comes from my tap is not as hot as I want, but I also boiled hot water separately in a kettle. So once I fill that up a little, I'm just going to add the liquid dishwasher soap. So once you add that, you want to make sure you mix it properly, like to melt all the soap and everything. Once you're done with that, we're just going to dip our hair here. So why I'm doing this method first is to kind of remove the former colors that was on the hair before. I also used a red adore dye when I was coloring this hair from gold to red. So adore dye is a semi-permanent dye, so it tends to last longer on weaves, on hair extensions and wigs, but on our natural hair it fades out. So for you to get it out of your hair extension, this is like one of the best methods to get them out as much as you can, even though it might not go out completely. And red is a very strong color. Getting it out is a bit harder than some other colors. So I'm just going to saturate that and make sure I get as much red out of the color, so just to tone down the brassiness a little. So after that, I drained out the water and repeated the process the second time. Now you can go as much as 2 or 3 times depending on how much you want the color to go out. For some colors, once you do it like twice, you start seeing the gold original color just a little bit. But because this red is very like, the intensity of this red is too much, so I didn't expect it to go off all completely anyway, but I got it to the point that I was okay with it, since the color I was going to still use is somewhat close to red, but not red, just it's mahogany. So I did the process twice just to make sure I get enough red out of it. And then I just you want to make sure you wash out all the soap out of it once you're done. And this is the color I was already getting, which I was actually okay with. So I made sure I run some cold water and drain out all the soap. You want to make sure you drain out all the soap. If your hair is becoming stiff, don't bother about it. But another thing you should bear in mind is that this process, you need the hair to be a very good hair, not fiber, not synthetic, a very good hair that can stand heat. So after that, I repeat the same process of hot water, but this time around the hot water was not too much. Then I poured the adore dye. I emptied the whole container of adore dye in that water. So you want to make sure as you're pouring the hot boiling water, you're pouring the adore dye and you're dissolving it properly, because if you don't dissolve it properly, this might give your hair some patches and you don't want that. So you want to make sure you dissolve that adore dye properly. This is the water method. They have other methods of dyeing your hair, but I prefer the water method when it comes to adore dye. It's a conditioning dye. It doesn't do any damage to hair. That is why I like to use it for all my wigs and hair extension. So you're just going to saturate the hair inside the water. make sure you're getting every bit, every nook and cranny of that wig, especially if you're doing it on a hair extension bundles. You want to make sure you saturate it very well, because you might end up getting patches. You feel like it has gotten to everywhere, but it didn't, and at the end of the day, when the hair is dry, you find out that you're having a lot of patches on your hair. You don't want that. So you want to comb through it. As you can see, I combed through the hair just to make sure I saturate it a bit. Then I'm just going to leave it in the water for some minutes. I'll just be checking up on it until I'm very, very satisfied. So this is how you know that it has really gotten into the hair. You can see the water is now clear. It's not as thick as before. The wig has soaked all the dye away from the water, so you can see how clear it is. After that, I'm just going to rinse this hair for the very last time. So I'm just going to be switching between warm and cold water. I just mixed it. It wasn't too warm, it wasn't too cold, so I made sure I rinsed out all the water properly, and I was already satisfied with the color. So after that, the next thing, you want to go in with your conditioner. This is very important. You want to be very generous with conditioner this time, because as you can see, the hair has gone through a lot of heat, and we need to get that coils popping back. And that is why I told you guys earlier that this has to be 100% human hair, not fiber, not synthetic, for it to work, because this is even going to help. If it's original human hair, it's even going to help your hair come back to normal. So after saturating it with the conditioner, you want to brush the hair properly to make sure it's detangled, properly detangled. And then I'm just going to leave that on there for some minutes for it to marinate. I left it there for about 10 minutes, then came back and washed it out. Hope you guys are enjoying this video so far and you're learning something. If you are, please click the like button. Also, at this point, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do well to subscribe to my channel. It just encourages me to do more. And if you want to continue seeing more of hair videos, also let me know in the comment section down below. So this is the looks it was giving when it was still wet. So I went ahead and brushed it out, put it on the mannequin, and then saturated it with my mousse. So you want to use any foamy wrapping mousse. You don't want to use any hard mousse, just this soft one. And here was the final look. I really loved the outcome. This is more like me, like this is my kind of thing, not the initial bright color. I enjoyed the color so far, it was beautiful, but I just got bored of it. And I mean, look at this is looking more beautiful. I'm liking the mahogany, but with a little bit of red undertone to it. Yeah, because if you had used the mahogany on a gold hair, it will give a different shade of mahogany. But I'm loving this this color so far. This is beautiful. Look at it now, compare it to what it was before. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Yeah, I really enjoyed making this video as well. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.